This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Carol. Carol talks for a living, from morning till night. So she relies on Flo's crystal clear home phone service brought to her through Flo's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her in the know, and because she bundles her mobile broadband and TV services, she enjoys huge savings, so she can enjoy much more for much less. So visit any Flo retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today afternoon news update for Wednesday, April 20th. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary-Claire Williams. For the second time this week, environmental health officials are sending a clear message that they will not tolerate illegal disposal of garbage. This morning, environmental health officers were in Vaucluse, St. Thomas, supervising the cleanup of a dumping area. The exercise came 2 days after a similar operation was conducted in Christie Village, also in St. Thomas. Environmental Health Officer R.R.S.P says the dumping site was discovered by a surveillance team, and investigations ascertained the owner of the company. He was contacted and ordered to clean the entire area or face penalties.
Again, we like to let people know that they're responsible for clearing the spot whenever we get there. We also like to let the truckers and haulers know that whenever they have a job to do in an efficient manner. In these secluded areas, they can easily drop off the stuff and cause a lot of problems in the area. All right. But again, we are on the lookout to have a hold on this situation.
And the individuals conducting the cleanup are contract workers and not the perpetrators. In other news, Prime Minister Freundel Stuart is expected to join other Caribbean leaders in signing and ratifying the Paris Agreement on Climate Change, which was adopted at the last Climate Change Summit in December. Stuart is due to attend talks at the UN headquarters in New York tomorrow on achieving the Sustainable Development Goals before the official signing on Friday. Stuart was CARICOM chairman at the time and joined other world leaders in Paris to negotiate the landmark agreement. He says the signing and ratifying of the Paris Accord is one of the most significant achievements of the 21st century, which relates to the continued existence of humankind. The local legal fraternity has hit back at Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite, arguing there was no need to rush a new Legal Professions Act. Brathwaite last week accused the lawyers of getting in the way of the speedy passage of the new legislation. He put them on notice that government will take the new law to Parliament before the end of the year, with or without their cooperation. In an address to the meeting of the Impact Justice Project, Brathwaite complained at the time that he had met with 3 presidents of the Bar Association since his appointment in 2010. Yet, the draft changes to the law were lying at the bar. But Association President Tariq Khan says the proposed reforms went to the root of the legal profession and they should not be rushed.
This is a major piece of legislation that tackles a number of areas. The areas include specialisms, the code of ethics, accountancy, how a person practices, the formation of professional companies. This piece of legislation, or these pieces of legislation, go to the root of the Legal Professions Act as it stands at the moment. And we need the time to canvass a membership of over 1,000 attorneys to provide a proper response, which is not about rejection, but about the nuts and bolts of the reforms that have been proposed and how the bar believes either that the reforms can be implemented or whether the reforms are sufficient, whether they're adequate, or whether they're properly focused to achieve the outcomes that we both desire.
It has cost British American insurance company Barbados Limited $2 million per year in fees to the judicial manager since the failed company was placed under a court-supervised rescue plan over 5 years ago. At the same time as at the valuation date, the collapsed insurance firm owes $26.7 million in outstanding claims, including 150 death claims, which totaled $6.7 million. In its detailed final report, the judicial manager, KPMG, said its fees amounted to $13 million in respect of time charged on a time-cost basis. This is half of the total spending since the insurance company was placed under judicial management in September of 2010. Stay with us. We'll be back with news from the region.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Your first friend, your first love, your first teacher. Show your appreciation for the first lady in your life. Send a photo of you and your mother to We Love You Mom at barbadostoday.bb to be featured in our special Mother's Day photo album and for a chance to win some exciting prizes.
To Mom with love.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
In the Bahamas, the main opposition Free National Movement wants legislators to indicate whether they have any secured or unsecured loans with the Bank of the Bahamas. In addition, the FNM leader, Hubert Minnis, is calling for a thorough forensic audit of the financial institution following a recent statement by the bank that political considerations influenced lending decisions. Minnis said the bank reported over $100 million in losses since the Perry Christie government came into office 4 years ago. He says the government is reported to hold a 65% majority stake in the bank and has been forced to bail it out several times. Video has emerged of yet another clash between school children and the police in Trinidad. This time it occurred on one of the busiest streets of the capital, Port of Spain. Onlookers can be heard criticizing the officers' handling of the situation. We get more in this TV6 report.
The video starts off with some kind of scuffle already in progress on Charlotte Street in Port of Spain, with police officers and school children involved. Then the melee moves inside one of the nearby mini-malls. A police officer appears to be focusing his attention on the boy dressed in the maroon t-shirt, when a schoolgirl in uniform tries to intervene. Two schoolgirls pulling and tugging as the officer tries to carry out his duties.
Internationally, survivors of this week's boat disaster in the Mediterranean have been speaking out about their ordeal. At least 400 people reportedly died on a crossing from Libya on Monday. The death toll has not yet been confirmed, but the International Organization for Migration says so far this year, 180,000 people have entered Europe by sea. We get more in this BBC report.
Quayside prayers for some of the 41 survivors who are mostly Somalis, Ethiopians and Egyptians. A 3-year-old boy also made it to safety. His smile gives no hint of the ordeal they'd all been through. The police detained them in the local stadium where they were registered and appeared to be in good health. Now they've just been released and have told us about the horrors they witnessed at sea. Abdul Qadir says after setting off from Libya, they were forced by the smuggler to move onto an already crowded wooden boat that then started to sink.
At that moment, I saw a lot of friends and a lot of families cramming and and showing and saying we need a safe, but we can't.
They were shouting for help.
Yeah, they were shouting for help, but no one can help because every one of us wanted to save his life only.
And that's the news. Remember, there's more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also tune into Channel 99 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for more news. I am Marika Williams. Good afternoon.